Volkswagen's Grand California brings car and LCV manufacturer expertise for the first time to the business of building a really large motorhome. It's based on the Crafter large van and designed to give the kind of travelling freedom a typical owner would crave. There's nothing quite like it. Because of its sheer size, the Grand California is a more challenging thing to drive than Volkswagen's regular California model, and of course it's much heavier too, which is why the 2-litre TDI 177 PS diesel engine that all variants of this model share takes nearly 16 seconds to reach 60 miles an hour from rest, and longer still to get itself through the gears. Overtakes will need to be planned well in advance, but once you're up to speed, the plump 410 Newton-metre torque figure keeps you there without undue bother. All derivatives use an 8-speed DSG automatic gearbox, which changes sweetly through the ratios and facilitates quiet cruising. On this 680 variant, there's the option of Volkswagen's 4Motion four-wheel drive system, which might be well worth having for slippery campsites or if you're venturing into rural destinations. Manoeuvring, of course, can be difficult with a motorhome this big. We think you'll certainly need the optional rear-view camera. With the Grand California, Volkswagen has for the first time entered what the motorhome industry calls the 6-metre class and added in a bathroom to a vehicle of this kind. If you know the Wolfsburg brand's LCVs, you'll recognise from here at the front that it's based on the company's biggest van, the Crafter. Which means it's big, particularly in this 680 form, the figures designating a 6.8 metre length. There's also a slightly smaller 600 model measuring in at 6 metres for those with smaller driveways. So let's take a look in the living area, access to which is gained by this large offside sliding door, below which a motorised step slides out to help you in. You immediately come across this 2-person rear bench seat. Now, at meal times, this can take up one half of a 4-seat dining area when this table is inserted in front and the cab area chairs swivelled round to face those at the rear. Heading back down the vehicle, there's a kitchenette area on one side with a 2-burner cooker, a worktop, a sink and a refrigerator. And on the other side, this Grand California model's most unique inclusion, a fully fitted out wet room. There are some lovely touches here which come with Volkswagen's ability to design and create the whole vehicle itself. Things like smart optional ambient lighting strips around the classy cupboard doors and this wall-mounted tablet that allows you not only to adjust cabin heating and ventilation but also to deploy the optional roof-mounted satellite dish. You can choose to heat the cabin either using gas, the vehicle can store 2 big bottles of it, or electricity. And you also get fly blinds for the big side door opening and 2 roof-mounted sunroof openings. If you do need to sleep more than 2 people, there's the option on the 600 model of an extra berth over the cab, accessed via ladder, which slides cleverly in and out and could be used by a couple of kids or a small adult. As you'd expect, the front cab area is pretty much exactly as it would be in a well-specified Crafter van and includes an 8-inch Discover Media navigation system touchscreen incorporating the brand's App Connect smartphone mirroring setup, as well as Bluetooth and a 4-speaker DAB audio system. Let's finish with a look at the boot area. Now, even with the bed installed, there's a good-sized luggage storage area. You've got cabinets too, one here for the gas canisters, another here for the charging leads. You've got storage for your shower head here, and there's also some charging points just inside the door. The rear doors themselves have storage for these occasional lawn chairs. Let's try and guide you through the Grand California range. All models use a 2-litre TDI 177 PS diesel mated to an 8-speed DSG automatic gearbox. If you go for the shorter 6-metre long 600 variant, there's a choice of two vehicle weights, either 3.5 tonnes, which at the time of this test in mid-2020 cost around £73,000, or a 3.88 tonne 600 variant, costing around £600 more. For this test, though, we chose the longer 6.8 metre 680 model, which is only available in 3.88 tonne guise. Now, 680 prices start at just over £75,000, but for around £7,000 more, you can get a 680 derivative, complete with the brand's 4Motion four-wheel drive system. You might expect that you'd need deep pockets to run a vehicle this big and heavy. As it happens, you might be surprised. Let's take a look at the WLTP figures. The 600 series model can manage up to 24.8 miles to the gallon on a combined cycle and up to 298 grams per kilometre of CO2. This 680 front-driven variant can manage up to 24.6 miles to the gallon and 301 grams per kilometre of CO2. For the 680 4Motion variant, the top figure is 22.8 miles to the gallon and up to 324 grams per kilometre of CO2. When it comes to motorhomes, space is the ultimate luxury. And since this Grand California has so much of it, that's enough to make it feel very luxurious indeed. You have to know what you're buying here, of course. This model won't be as easy to adapt to on the road as the brand's smaller transporter-based standard California model. And of course, it's much pricier too. If, though, you want the most complete, most comprehensively engineered motorhome there is, this could very well be it.